Diyar Nurgozhay, Kazakhstan's new elite fighter right here. Dude with some knockout power, at least in the light heavyweight division. Hey, man, these guys are coming, and they're ready, and they have skills. When I say skills, I'm not talking about the dude who's like, oh, yeah, man, I used to box, I knock people out. I used to play in the NFL, right? We're talking about dudes who can grapple, who can box, who can do it all, kickbox the whole nine. He gets Brendson, Ribeiro, and AJ. I was so high on this dude coming into the UFC. Like, he's got the tools. He's got the frame. He just doesn't really have the size, kind of in a weird size spot for light heavyweight, and he just hasn't put it together, man. I mean, listen, split decision win in your last one against Machado. Not the most inspiring win, but a win is a win is a win. You lost to Gadzhi Asulov, and you got knocked out to Zhang. So my question to you on this one is, does he deserve, with an 81-inch reach, does he deserve to be the plus 300 dog that he is against a man who's making his UFC debut?
No, not at all, Derek. When I saw these lines out, my mind was blown, right? Like, it's crazy. A lot of this fight card, folks, we've been talking about already. There's a huge disparity between the favorites and the underdogs right here. This is one that blew my mind because I expected Ribeiro to be the favorite going into this, especially, don't get me wrong, Diyar, yes, he is very, very talented in there. He is able to do some crazy things, undefeated fighter. But, I mean, like, in my mind, when I saw this, it just did not compute at all.
Well, I'll tell you part of the reason why, man. He beat a champion in the regional scene, a big champion in the regional scene before coming onto the Contender Series. You get the sick Robert Whittaker-esque knockout on the Contender Series where you were stalking your prey, dealing with, I thought he was dealing with an eye poke. They were calling it just like a twitch that he had. It looked like he had an eye poke that he was dealing with for the fight, which makes it more impressive if that's the case. But the point is, man, you come off of these knockout wins. They're expecting you to grapple. They were actually expecting you to take the fight to the ground. And you said, I'll just head him off and I'll get the fight done on the feet. I think that's why they're saying that. Because Ribeiro, while he's good, I just think he's a little bit too tentative and he needs to take advantage of one weapon in particular. That's going to be the calf kick in this matchup. But it's going to be hard, AJ, because this is an open stance matchup. Southpaw for Nurgozhay, orthodox for Ribeiro, and it just comes down to Ribeiro is going to be crisp. I mean, I think he's got faster hands, clearly, and he's going to be landing some shots. But if Nurgozhay lands the shot, it's over, man. His chin hasn't really been holding up. It's been a little suspect. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the best way for Ribeiro to go and win this fight, fast hands, fast counters, maintain that distance, and don't get caught with that beautiful left kick that Nurgozhay has, man, because he is very, very dangerous, and utilize the straight punches, right? Those the ones A to B are always faster, and they always hit harder, especially if Ribeiro is able to find those moments, crash in, and then get out. I do think he has a chance to do it, but, I mean, Nurgozhay has a lot of intangibles that seem to just fall in his favor whenever he's in a fight. He has that presence to him where he's just going to go in there and dominate, and that he does, and that might be another reason why he's such a massive favorite.
Yeah, I'm picking Nurgozhay. I don't like the odds. Minus 400, I think, is silly right here. I absolutely agree with you on that. And this is also his second career fight outside of Eastern Europe. So interesting to see if you get any more jitters. I felt like he had it in the first round of that Contender Series fight. That's just like what my intuition was. But the last thing here, man, he's a fast starter, man. 7 first-round finishes, 3 of those finishes in under 1 minute, which is pretty damn quick, but it goes to show what's your strength of schedule. And the last piece right here is just my note. We know the consensus pick. It's Nurgozhay. I'm not going to place a bet on this right here. We'll talk totals in just one moment. But AJ, I put for Ribeiro, and I want to know if you believe this sentiment. Forgive me if we already repeated this, but he has the tools, the reach, the speed, all the stuff that I just listed off, man. But the big question is, can he just handle the frame of a guy like Nurgozhay, who just seems like he just muscles people around in there? What do you think?
I mean, that's to be questioned, because even in Ribeiro's last fight, it was against Machado. Machado's a bigger guy coming down, cut weight to get or dropped a weight class to be able to fight in this one, and you saw him not have momentum or control or finding those moments where he's able to do it. He did look a little bit more tentative, and I think we're going to see that again. I do think the frame has a lot to go into that.
Perfect. Good outlook right there. All right, man. So for totals, 2.5 minus 800 for over 2.5, plus 500 for under 2.5. Okay, that changes things right here, man. AJ, what are you thinking here? I feel like you have to smash the under.
That's what I was about to say, Derek. You have to smash that under, especially with how Nurgozhay goes in and fights. Yeah, we could see a decision, but we could also see another fabulous knockout. And I think with 2.5, especially how these big boys are hitting, I'd smash that all day long.
Sorry, folks, if you see my expression crumpled up right now, AJ, I got to run this by you. Someone's wrong here. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 800. Fight goes the distance, plus 200. Someone's wrong.
That's interesting, Derek. There's a world where this goes to decision. I don't think that's going to be the case. I like the under, especially if those are the numbers, but minus 800 to a plus 200 for just 2.5 more minutes. Yeah, someone's wrong there.
Well, listen, folks, excuse me. This is where you take advantage right here. You look at these silly lines and you say, hey, if you're going to let me bet it, I'm going to bet it. That's your fault. That's not mine. My play on this one, under 2.5, plus 500, call it a day.